So welcome everyone. So now we can start this master class. Okay. So welcome all to AP Trainings. This is Ayyappan from AP Trainings. A warm welcome to each and everyone who joined this master class. First of all, we are going to give an introduction about AP Trainings. The full form of AP Training is all professional training. We are providing training all kinds of technology like IT industry, electrical as well as electronic field, also the soft skills. If you take IT skills, we are providing more than hundreds of technology, in which one of the most important technology is the today masterclass, the DevOps. Okay, we are providing training all over the world. We have already trained more than 10,000 students all over the world, especially in USA, European countries, and all over India. So we are providing three types of training. The first one is a master class. This is a free one for 90 minutes. So everyone who is attending this master class will get this certificate. So at the end of this master class, we will provide the feedback form. So each and everyone should fill the feedback form to get the certificate. We will send the certificate to your email ID. So followed by this, so the next week, we are conducting the workshop for 10 hours for this masterclass, and people who are interested to join the full course also, you people can join. So these are the three types of training we are providing. So now we are going to see about the overview of what are the things we are going to see in this masterclass. Okay, the first one will be about participant introduction. Okay, that is very important thing. So you people can introduce yourself in the chat box. So the trainer will come to know about your background. So and he will give the training accordingly. That is the first thing, participant introduction, which is followed by the webinar content. So the trainer will exclusively take this DevOps webinar content for 45 minutes, which is followed by the queries. Okay, so here you people can ask the trainer the queries. So while the trainer is taking the class, you people can also ask the queries in the chat box. At the end, we will give 20 minutes for you people to ask whatever queries you are having in your mind regarding this DevOps technology. You can ask. Okay, so the next one is like students guide. Here we will explain how we are teaching to our students in our training center, how we are differing from other training center, what are the additional things we are providing to all the students. So everything you people will get here. And the final one is the APT offer. Here for the people who is attending the class today, for them only, we are providing a special offer. So that offer is called as an APT offer. So you people will get those offers. Okay, this offer is only for the persons who joined this master class today. Okay, the final thing is queries and feedback. So after once we provided the offer, you people can ask your whatever queries you are having in your mind. So now you people can introduce yourself in the chat box. So it will be good for the trainer to give a training. Okay, so you people can introduce like so your name, your current profession, like whether you are a student or a working professional, and what is your expectation in this master class. These three things you can include in the chat box. Hi Hemlada, please tell about your profession as well as your expectation. Hello, please everyone reply. Welcome Abhi Patel, Adarsh, Annamalai, Aravind. Please reply in the chat box. Jay Kumar Patel, Charan, Devi, Hemlada, Sneha Priyanka, Jayalakshmi, Jafin, Kalpana, Kanish, Hemlada, student. Welcome Hemlada. Sweta, student. Okay, welcome Sweta. So Raja Krishna Nandini, CSE second year student. Welcome Raja Krishna Nandini. Sunil student, very good Sunil. Thanks for the introduction. How about others? Please reply in the chat. So it will be very good if you people are very interactive. Jeffin student, welcome Jeffin. Adarsh, myself Adarsh. I am a student of BSc. Welcome Adarsh, BSc first year. Very good. Jayalakshmi, student. Kevin, BTech final year student. Very good. Charan, welcome Charan. Okay. So please, remaining people also introduce yourself. So while the trainer is taking the class, also you people can introduce as well as you can ask your question in the chat box. Aravind from Delhi and working as a Linux and AWS engineer in Delhi. Based on me, I'm looking forward to hearing DevOps. Welcome, Aravind. Good to hear these things. Jay, I am CSE second year student. C second year. I mean, I think you are CSE second year. Okay. Welcome, Jay. Okay. So thank you everyone who introduced yourself in the chat box. So now I'm going to give introduction about the trainer. So Kanish Mongia, MCA first year student. Welcome. Okay, so the trainer who is going to present today is Selva. He is having vast experience in the IT field. So he is currently working in a very big corporate company. So in the DevOps field, he is going to give the training in this DevOps now. So Selva, you can take the control and you can start the masterclass.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So it is good to see a lot of students taking part in this webinar, and it's wonderful to see you people. So straight away, I'll start with the class now or the webinar now. I'll share my screen. Okay, the screen is shared. So if you have any problem in seeing my screen, just let me know. All right. Okay. So let me start the webinar now. So if you have any doubts, you can always ping in the chat. I'll take up the questions one by one. All right. We'll begin the class now. Fine. So yeah, DevOps, it's a very good term, and some most of you might have come across this term. And everybody in the market today in the IT industry is speaking about DevOps as a very interesting process, right? So we'll see one by one what is DevOps. We'll segregate. We'll go deep into the process, the policies, and the methods that is used in DevOps. And then I will also show you the tools that we are going to see as part of this course. And if you have any doubts, yes, always you can message in the chat. We'll take it up. Fine. So yeah. So what is DevOps? So there is always a misunderstanding for the word DevOps. People think that DevOps is all about tools, but what is DevOps? DevOps is not about tools. We have a lot of tools in the market, say GitLab, Jenkins, you have Puppet, you have Docker, Kubernetes. All these are tools required to implement DevOps. So DevOps is a practice. The practice where you multiple teams have to interact together to work for a common goal. Okay, so the word DevOps, if you take, you can split into two. First, the dev is nothing but the developer. Ops is nothing but your operations team. So operations team are responsible for the deployment of your product. Development is responsible for the creation of product. The product can be anything. It can be a tool. It can be a project. It can be anything. Okay, they are responsible for coding the actual tool. So the idea behind DevOps is that the development team and the operations team should work together to achieve the common goal. So the common goal is nothing but to deploy the product at a faster pace. Okay. So DevOps says that DevOps is a practice. It's a practice that should be followed by the development team and the operations team in order to work together. So let's forget other tools and all. So just concentrate on the process. So to do the process or to complete the process, what are the tools that is required? We will implement that in our pipeline. That's the idea. So as I said, yes, dev and ops can be split into two. First is the dev, who usually codes, and ops are the systems or the infrastructure, are the people who are responsible for deploying your product. Okay. Okay. So why do you want to go to DevOps? So these are the major 5 things that is responsible or is required, reasoned out for any company or any individual team to go for DevOps. The primary thing is deliver faster. Once you adapt DevOps, once you adapt the DevOps process, you can always make sure that the product is getting delivered faster. And when I say delivered faster, internally it means that we're going to deploy multiple or frequently we're going to deploy the changes into the production. For example, today Amazon is able to deploy 1 million of codes into the production. They say so. Okay, and there are a lot of companies who do multiple deployments into the production directly. So all this is possible only because they were able to implement the DevOps. Okay, and the third one is failures. So as and when you do a faster delivery, you get to know the failures soon. So once you know the failures, you will have a feedback loop so that you will understand what is required to address that failure. So when you do this continuously, at one point of time, you will always fail less. There will be less probability for failures. Okay. And the fourth point is recover faster. Is if you fail less, yes, you will always recover faster. The last one is achieve high performance. So these are the 5 major factors which is reasoned out for any organization to follow the DevOps process. And then yes, 5 levels of DevOps. So DevOps follows 5 levels. So all these 5 levels are very important for us to understand before diving into the actual tools and pipeline. So we'll go through one by one. First one is values, principles, methods, practices, and tools. So we'll see what are these. So values, what are the values that DevOps says? Culture, automation, metrics, and sharing. There is another value here, which is called as lean management. I'll talk about that in, later. So what is culture? Okay, I told you, right? Development team and the operations team should actually work together only then to achieve the common goal. That is possible to achieve the common goal, right? So culture shift is required. You need to understand the problem of the operations guy. The operations team should understand the problem of the development guy. Only then they can actually work together in sync and establish a common connection. With that, you will always make sure that the products delivered seamlessly. Okay, so that kind of culture change is required. So imagine in older days on the current system where DevOps is not followed. What happens is that if there is a problem in the development team, there is a ticket or there is an issue in one of the portal, it gets assigned to the operations guy. The operations guy sees the issue. He doesn't understand what is there in the ticket. He gives a reply that is not related to the issue at all. So what happens is that to address a simple issue, it takes almost 3 to 4 days to get back. So DevOps says that you should have the understanding between the operations and the development community, so that you reduce these wastages. So instead of taking 3-4 days to address a simple issue, you hardly take 3-4 minutes. So that's what DevOps says. That is the part of culture. Okay. Then comes the automation. So automation has 2 things here. One is to eliminate the wastages. Other one is to automate the regular activities. For example, there could be a team which has an Excel sheet. They open the Excel sheet every day in the morning. They see the issues that is there in the Excel sheet, and then they send a mail to the respective person. Okay, there is a team in some companies. There is a team specifically for this to address the issues. They have an Excel sheet. They send mails based on the data that is there in the Excel sheet. Okay, they do this every single day. They spend at least 2-3 hours every single day. This can very well be automated using a simple shell script and Python script. Okay, these are all wastages which has to be automated. So once you automate this, the process becomes much faster, right? The person who has failed the build will get to know the information very quickly. So that's about automation. Second thing is metrics, and third thing is metrics and measurement. So the purpose of metrics and measurement is, so we have implemented DevOps. For example, say you are in a team, you are an IT company, you are working in a team where DevOps is followed. You've done a lot of good work, you implemented so many tools, but how do you measure it? Okay, measuring in the sense, before DevOps, what was the condition of your product? After DevOps, what have you changed in the product? So you should be able to have a proper metrics and measurement to see the value we gain implementing the DevOps. So that's the third thing. Okay, sharing. So as I said, the culture and sharing goes hand in hand. When you speak about culture, it means that you are supposed to help the other person of the team. Okay, for example, if there is someone in the team who is struggling with less knowledge, you are supposed to help the person go along with the actual goal. The reason is DevOps says that if one person in the team fails, the entire team fails. Okay, so we should always make sure that whatever knowledge you gain in the team should be shared to the entire team, so that every single person in the team is able to contribute to the common goal. Okay, so these are the 4 important factors that DevOps talks about. So factors or values. Okay, and in short, they are called as CAMPS principle. Right? So I already explained you. So these are all just textual thing what I explained you. So I'm skipping this. So yeah. So as I told you, yes, culture shift. So there is a development team, there is an operations team. Okay, between them there is a wall. whatever development team says, operation team will not understand. Whatever operation team says, development team will not understand. It is like they're communicating in a foreign language. Okay. So DevOps is aiming to remove this wall between the development team and operations team. Okay. That's where culture comes. So automation, so lean. So lean is nothing but addressing the problems, the big problems into smaller tasks, then addressing each small task into a automated way. Okay. Measurement and metrics is over. Sharing is, we spoke about that. Fine. Let's come to the second thing. DevOps principles, three ways. Okay. System thinking, feedback loops, continuous experimentation, learning. Okay, fine. So we implemented DevOps. Okay, how do we implement DevOps? You have to understand what is there in the product or how the product behaves. So that's what is called a system thinking. The end-to-end architecture you should know. For example, if someone is implementing a product based on a Spring Boot application, okay, you should know how a Spring Boot application will behave. What are the tools that is required to build a Spring Boot application? Okay, in case of failures, what kind of errors that a Spring Boot application might throw? Okay, so all these system thinking, all these things are required to understand and implement the DevOps in your product. So system thinking is the first part. Second part is the feedback loop. So feedback loop is nothing but, say, for example, if you create a product, deploy it, and then it goes to the production, it might have an issue, right? It might go for it might produce some issue. So you should always have a mechanism where the issue tracking is made in such a way that you are able to get the feedback in an easier way, and you are able to give the fixes very fast, very quickly. Okay, so that kind of feedback loops are important. For example, you can have a ticket tracking mechanism like Jira, where the bug can be raised automatically, and that bug can be assigned to the actual developer. Developer fixes it. Okay, that kind of mechanism you should establish in the pipeline. The third thing is continuous experimentation and learning. As I told you about knowledge sharing is one of the key core values. Again, the same thing is here, continuous experimentation and learning. So experimentation is nothing but, see, we have hundreds and thousands of tools in DevOps. Okay, nobody in the market can say these are the fixed tools you're supposed to use to implement DevOps. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to change based on the product. Okay, some company will use Jenkins as CI tool. Some company will use GitLab CI itself for the CI tool. And there is another thing in GitHub. Yes, that can also be used. Okay, so there are various tools in the market which will suit your different product. So continuous experimentation in the sense, people say that you should be ready to learn, you should be ready to do POCs, you should install multiple tools, see how it behaves, see the pros and cons, and then make sure that you are putting the right product or right tool in your project. Okay, that's what the third point says. So these are the three major principles that DevOps says for us to easily adapt the DevOps principles. Okay, three things. So we'll skip the textual parts, then we'll go on to the methods. Okay, so as I told you, DevOps is not just about tools. DevOps is to first establish the process. Okay. But even before establishing process, the important thing is to identify the right people in your team. For example, always whenever you take a team, the team will always have multiple people, right? So multiple people with different skill sets. You cannot expect everybody to be at the same level, but yes, each one is individual will have a skill set, different skill set, right? So you should always identify the set of people who can actually fit into your product. Okay, and then define the process which these people can drive. That's the second stage. And only then you are supposed to identify the tools that can fit into the product. So it is not about tools. DevOps is not about tools. It's about people, then the process, then comes your tools. So that is the first thing. Second thing is continuous delivery. Continuous delivery, as I said, once you implement DevOps, the build process will become faster. Once the builds are faster, you'll always be able to deploy the code changes and deliver the code changes in the production in a faster manner. Okay. Lean management, we already spoke. It is about splitting the major tasks into simple tasks and then addressing each one. Fine. Change control infrastructure code. We'll see one by one. So people and process is done. Continuous delivery is done. Okay. So as I said about continuous delivery, see some of the stats here. Teams which spend 22% less time and effort in unplanned rework. Okay. So these are the status which makes people to think about continuous delivery and make sure that they're implementing the continuous delivery here. Okay. And it also reduces the failure rate. Teams can recover very quickly. So there are multiple things in the continuous delivery. I would say it is an advantages. Okay, lean management. Okay. So what is lean management? As I told you, I will again explain you here. So work in small batches. So you have a bigger problem, split that into smaller problems. Make sure that each of the smaller problems as a person to take care. you can always have more than 1% or 1% to take care of the smaller problems. So work in small batches so that the failure rate will become lower, and at the end of the day, you will be able to deploy it faster. Correct. So work in progress limits, you'll always have to have feedback loops. And there is another category called as visualization. So what does that mean? So we spoke about the metrics and measurement, right? So when I say metrics and measurement, just cannot have that metrics and measurement in terms of Excel sheet or a database data. Okay, you need to show that in a visual charts. It can be your Grafana, it can be your Prometheus, where you measure the server level data. Okay, so every single data that is there in your environment should be able to measure, and all these measurements should be visualized. So there are multiple tools for that. We'll see one of the tools in our courses. Okay. And then change control. So change control is nothing but your actual SCM. So once you introduce a proper source control system where the development team can deliver their source code, and these are the 4 advantages that can bring to the system. First is that you eliminate the fragile artifacts, which means that whatever artifacts that are not required or whatever artifacts that is required in the product should be delivered. Okay, not required should be eliminated. So that's what the change control is required. And then you always make sure that the particular process is repeatable. For example, if you are doing a build, the build should be repeatable every single day or every time the system wants you to do the build. Okay. So manage dependencies in the sense, for example, if someone is in your product, if you wanted to do a Java-based build, so there could be a lot of dependencies that the Java build requires. So all these dependencies should be part of that build process. Okay. So that's about change control. Infrastructure as a code is the last one in this method. So yeah, system has to be treated as a code. Whatever changes you deliver into the system or into the source control should be properly reviewed, should be properly built, and should be properly tested. Okay. So this states that we need to make sure that every single process is programmatically managed instead of manual management. Okay. That's about the 4th point. So yes, this is another set of practices which we are supposed to take care in our DevOps. So there are 9 important practices. The first one is incident management system, which I spoke about here, right? One of the tool which can manage the issues. So why this is required? Because if you are able to track each single issues, we always make sure that the same issue is not addressed twice. For example, there could be multiple versions running in the same product, version 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. We don't know, right? It depends on the product. Sometimes product can have more than 20 versions live at a time. So during that cases, there could be one issue popping up on all 20 versions or part of the versions. So at that time, if you have an incident management, proper incident management, if you identify that issue in all 10 versions, you can very well send a patch for all 10 versions at one shot. Okay. So it always make sure that you have an incident management system. Then developers on call. For example, in case if there is an issue in the production, make sure that the actual developers attending the call instead of putting the support team. Okay, so that we get the resolution very faster. And then third, public status messages or transparent communication. So this is one important factor in DevOps, which says that you should always be transparent. For example, you have a team of 5 people and one other person has failed the build. Okay, you should make sure that whoever has failed the build takes the responsibility, addresses the issue, and also make sure that he or she shares the RCA in open forums. Okay, this is to make sure that the team is trustable. Okay, whatever teams is working to establish the DevOps pipeline, everybody should be able to trust each other. Only then the product will have a smooth, seamless pipeline. Okay, embedded team is a concept which is adapted slowly. For example, if there is a team working in the development, that team itself will have all the people like testers, the DevOps guy, the developer, the deployment guy. So every single person responsible for handling the pipeline in different stages will be formed as a single team. So that is called as embedded teams. And then the cloud. So the cloud is has already taken a big leap. So the cloud is the future now. So whenever you build a product, whenever you implement DevOps, you should make sure that the implementation is easy for anybody in the team to adapt to the cloud environment. For example, if you are deploying the product, make sure that the product is also deployable in the cloud, not just in your local environment. Okay. And then and code. So and code is nothing but a way or a method which helps you anybody in the pipeline or anybody in the team to stop the process, stop the DevOps process. For example, if the build is running and suddenly you feel that the build is going to fail, you can always make sure that you should have a way to stop the build. Okay. So and code is actually used in Toyota car company where they stop the production if they find a fault in the pipeline. Okay. And then dependency injection. So which I spoke about earlier, right? If you have a Maven build, you should make sure that all the dependencies that is required for the build is already injected in the environment. Okay, that's about 7. So blueprint deployment and chaos monkeys are like blueprint deployment is a method to deploy a product. For example, if you take Google, okay, Google does not give update to all the 100% users in the users. Okay, for example, if you have a Gmail app, it will not give 100% update to all the users who is having the Gmail. It will send update via batches. For example, 30% of the people will get. It will send update a part of the region. Like Indians will get, or the US people will get something like that. They will send. The application does not break globally. Okay. Similarly, blueprint deployment is a method where they will have 2 instances of the same application. Okay. So at any point of time, the live application fails, they'll bring up the backup application. So the update will happen to the backup application. In case of update failure also, they'll make sure that one of the instances always live. So that's about blueprint deployment. Chaos Monkey is a method which Netflix also uses now. They also have a very good program for that. So it is like introducing a bug in the production, taking down the servers. It can be taking down the servers and see how your product behaves in the production. So this is just to test the stability of your application. So these are the practices you should follow so that you get a you are very sure that DevOps is implemented in a proper way. Fine. So now before going to tools, I'll just stop here. So we'll just have some polls. We'll take some polls and we'll take some questions. Then we'll proceed with the tools and tool criteria. Okay. So what is? I'll just launch the poll now. First question. So if people can start voting. Should it open? Yes. Only 6 of you voted. I'm expecting more. Okay. Others, I can see only 13 people have answered the poll. You can answer. It's nothing to do with right or wrong answers. You can just answer whatever you feel about what is DevOps. You can answer it. There's no marks here. Okay, good. 46% was done. Go on. Once I get 60%, I'll just stop the polling. We'll move on to the next question. Okay, 47%. Okay, fine. I'll stop this poll here. I'll share you the answers and we'll move on to the next question. Okay. Okay, I'll share the results. All right. Fine. So the answer is practice. So as I told you, DevOps is not about tools. DevOps is not about product. DevOps is about practice and practice. The process that is established within the team, across the team, is going to help you achieve the DevOps implementation. Okay. So we'll go to the next question now. Go to okay. Fine. Launch. So why do we need DevOps? So why do you think we need to implement DevOps in the product? Whether to deliver faster, is it to fail less, is it to recover faster, or is it all of the above? Okay. I'll wait for a few more seconds and then we'll move on to the third question. Okay. Okay. So I'll close the poll. I'll try the results. Fine. So we need DevOps to achieve all these three: deliver faster, fail less, recover. Recover faster. So all these things are DevOps can do. So the answer is all of the above. So I'll launch the third question. With that, we'll stop and we'll move on to the tools, and then I'll show you some of the tools that is there in my machine. Okay, stop the results. I'll go with the third poll. Okay. So again, this is a critical question. So in DevOps, who or what stands first? Is it the tools? Is it the people? Is it the process? Or is it automation? Who comes first? Good numbers, 15. I'll wait for a few more seconds before closing this poll, and I'll explain you the answer again. All right. Okay. I'll close the poll. I'll tell you the answer and explain you why with an example. Okay. Let me share the results. Okay. So the answer is people. Okay, I'll give a very good example here. See, you have a very good tool. For example, there is a tool called as Jenkins. One of the person in the team has implemented Jenkins in your product, and you expect people to follow that. Okay. Imagine if there are 5 people in the team, only one person in the team knows what Jenkins does. Just the 4 people doesn't know what Jenkins does. Then just imagine what is the use of Jenkins. If you don't know what is there in the people in the team doesn't know what is Jenkins going to do or what is the importance of Jenkins, it is of no use having Jenkins in the team, right? So people, you have to identify the right people who is able to understand the system, who is able to understand what is DevOps. Only then you define the process for that particular people to adapt. And then comes the tools, right? So the third thing is the tool. So it's always people over process over tools. Fine. So I'll go back to the slide. We'll see some of the tools and what is the criteria that tools should satisfy in order to implement DevOps. Then I'll show you some examples or some demos. What are the tools that is there in the machine? Okay. So those tools which I'm going to show you will be part of your course. So let me close this poll. I'll minimize this chat as well. Then we'll see the tools. So okay. So when I spoke about tools, I was very specific to one thing, which is that there are no set of standard tools that is established or that is actually principles that you are supposed to use. Okay. For your product, there could be different set of tools which can be easily implemented and achieve your goal. So you can always choose the right tool that is required for you to adapt in your tool, in your product. But yes, currently there are certain standard tools in the market which is most widely used. They are actually used in other products very quickly. But apart from that, for each of the single tool, there is an alternative tool. Okay, if you take GitLab or GitHub or Git itself, okay, you have multiple vendors. Bitbucket is there from Atlassian, GitHub is there from Microsoft. We also have GitLab, right? So all these things give you same set of tools, same set of usages, but internally it depends on the company. It depends on the team to adapt to one of these tools. Okay, because all these things are going to solve the same problem. Okay. Similarly, we have Jenkins. Whatever we can do in Jenkins can be achieved through GitLab CI itself. We can even use that to GitHub workflow model. Okay, there are different scenarios a team can, different tools that team can use. That is the reason behind having experimentation. You should always do a POC, understand the pros and cons of each tool, whether that will be easy for us to adapt, will it give us some improvement in the pipeline. Should address all these things and then see what is best and adapt it. Okay, so there is no standard set of tools, or not a single tool is going to address all your problems. You will have to go through multiple tools, multiple platforms, and then see what suits best. Okay, so what are the tool criteria? Okay, the tool should always be easily programmable with API and CLI driven. For example, so I think most of you might have been familiar with the Git, right? So Git has got a UI. We also have a CLI, correct? So every single tool that you write should have a CLI, because most of the time in the product are deployed only in the Linux platforms, correct? So we should always be familiar, or we should always be ensure that our tool is CLI driven and then verifiable. Verifiable in the sense that you should have a mechanism to test the tool internally. For example, if I say git add, is the command actually adding the files properly into the staging area? So you should have a mechanism to do the test, which means that the tool itself should be able to verify its actual functionality. then will be great. Will be in sense whatever you want the tool to do should always be done. Okay, that's the redundant criteria. So that's about tool criteria. So whatever tool you write or whatever tool you bring from the market to your pipeline, these three streams should be satisfied. Okay. Okay. So we'll see tools. So what are the basic pipeline in the what are the stages in the pipeline? Okay. For example, when I say CI/CD pipeline, which is continuous integration, is called a CI. Continuous deployment is called a CD. Okay. When we say CI/CD pipeline, there are a set of stages which should be implemented. The first is version control, then your CI systems, build, test, then artifact management, deploy it, and monitor it. Because these are the major stages that is there in the CI/CD pipeline. So we'll see small, simple tools that is part of each of the stages, and then I'll show you some tools in your system. Okay. So as I told you, version control is the place where a developer will push the source code. So we have GitLab, GitHub, and Git are the major players in the market, and each one has got its pros and cons, and they differ in the way some way they differ in the defining the CA systems internally. So it's based on the team's choice. Okay. Then comes your CA systems. Yeah, as I told you, CA is used to do the actual build. So where we have multiple vendors, we have Jenkins from CloudBees. There's an enterprise version. We also have other three enterprise products. So in market, Jenkins is widely used. Now people are adapting to GitHub workflows and GitLab CA. Okay. So the third thing is about build. So what is build? A build is nothing but, for example, if you have a Java program, people do Java C, right? Java C gives set of Java files, and then it produces the class file, correct? So you make your product into a runnable binary or executable jar or executable WAR file. That's what is called as build. So you make sure that all your source code is compiled properly, tested properly, then you create a jar, WAR, or binary out of it. So that process is called as build. So in order to do build, there are multiple tools available for different languages. So these are the major languages that people use. Java is the one, then we use C, C++, then there are other languages. So based on the language, the tool will vary. So some of the tools are Make or GCC for your C, Maven and Get it for your Java application. Okay. So then comes your test. So testing is more important because you cannot deliver your product directly into the production unless and until you test thoroughly. Correct. So we have a lot of tools to test. So first thing is JUnit, Selenium is there, Robot Framework is there. So it is again based on the team and the product. Some teams they write their own test cases. They have their own testing tools, which is very well welcome. So this is about testing. So then comes your artifact management. So what is artifact management? So this is the place where the team pushes the final product. It could be your jar, it could be your WAR file, it could be a binary file. Once the build is over, the end product will be pushed into one of the repositories. So that is called as artifact. Artifact is again a repository, just like your Git. They store the end product in a different state. So that's there. So we have major players here. One of the bigger players is JFrog and Docker Hub. So Docker Hub, you might have seen already. Some of you might have used. JFrog, yes, I'll show you during the course. And then deployment. So for deployment, we are going for another tool where we deploy our product in the cloud, or it could be in the on-premise. So there are multiple deployment tools. So we will be seeing one of the deployment tools in the course. So for example, we have Urban Code, Rundeck, Deploynator. And finally, we should monitor our application as well as the infrastructure. So these are the major tools which is available to do that: Grafana, Prometheus, Metabase, Nagios, Sensone, Ilkestack. Okay. So Grafana and Prometheus are majorly used. Metabase is open source, which is very less frequently used, but it is very equivalent to Grafana and Prometheus. Okay. Then coming to the demand for DevOps engineers. So before going to demand for DevOps engineers and before completing our webinar, I'll show you some of the tools in my machine. Let me minimize this. Yeah. Okay. So I spoke about Git, right? So where is Git? Okay. This is my GitHub repository. Okay, this is my GitHub repository. So Git allows development to store the source code, version it, then release it. Okay, so I have some of the repositories in GitHub. So one of the repositories which I have is communities tutorial. So here I have got a lot of files. If you see, I'll go to the commit history. Okay. So this is the history which says what have I done. I updated the cluster text file. I restructured the code. I did something in the node selector. I renamed the node selector definition to the node selector definition YAML. So there are whatever change I do, I can always comment the code change. I can deliver it to the GitHub. Okay. So Git allows me to make sure that my source code is properly versioned and the differences can also be seen. For example, if I just click this, I will see what is there in that particular history. Okay, so there are a lot of things in Git. And I can also see the ID which gets generated for each of my checking. This is a very unique ID for each commits. So I can see the changes as well. So one changed file, change will also be listed. If I click, it will also show me the content. So this is the change. The file is renamed without a change. Okay. So yeah, Git will tell you a lot of things. You can always do a difference between multiple branches. At any point of time, you can get the history of the actual code base. So all these things can be achieved in Git. So this will be a first topic in our course where we will understand what is Git and how to use GitHub in our environment. When you use GitHub, what are the ways or what are the IDEs that can be used to deliver into the GitHub? Apart from IDEs, how to use the command line. Okay, IDE will be using the Visual Studio Code, and command line will just directly use our command prompt or git bash. Okay, fine. So this is one part. Then coming back to the Jenkins, we spoke about Jenkins, right? Yeah. So this is a Jenkins instance which is running in my localhost. You can see the address here, localhost colon 7000. I'll just do a login. I'll just show you some of the jobs. Yeah. So in Jenkins, we'll primarily target at understanding the how to install Jenkins, what is the purpose of Jenkins, what plugins that is there in Jenkins, how will you establish a connection between your Jenkins and the GitHub repository, how do you pull the source code from the GitHub, do a build in your local machine. It can be a local machine, it can be any machine in the cloud, it can be a machine in your infrastructure. So how do you do a build? Okay, all these things we'll see. In terms of doing build, what are the ways that we can define jobs? So there are multiple ways. We can define a pre-shell job, a single job. We can define a job with multiple stages. Okay, I'll show you one example. Let's see. Okay, multiple sequences, right? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. This is a simple job. I'll show you a complex job. Okay, this is it. So it has got multiple stages. I just named the stage first, second, third, and parallel. I'll show you a diagrammatic representation of this. So there is a beautiful plugin called as Blue Ocean, which gives the output in a good way. I'll open the Blue Ocean UI. You see, this is the stage. Okay. So first stage, second stage, and the parallel stages. So these three stages run in sequential, and these three stages run in parallel. So how do we write a code for this? That we are going to do it via a declarative pipeline syntax of Jenkins. Okay. So this will be our second topic in the course, Jenkins. Fine. So in which we'll see how to as I told you, we'll see how to connect to GitHub, download a source code repository, and then do a build in our machine. Okay, that we'll see in the Jenkins. Then third part is about our Docker. Okay, so yeah, this is one of my instance or the Linux version in my Windows machine. So this is called as WSL. So I can just say sudo docker images. Okay, okay. Fine. So I have some 5 images here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 images here. Let me see what are the containers that is up and running. I'll go to the root itself. So I'll just say docker ps-a. Yeah, there are two containers that is running. One is WordPress and one is MySQL. So the WordPress is listening to a port number 8000. So let me go back to my browser, see how it is there in the port 8000. I'll go open the new tab. I'll just say localhost colon 8000. Okay, so there is a WordPress instance. Okay, it is asking me to install. So this is running in a container, in a Docker container. There's applications running. So I can very well go and then install WordPress in my machine. Okay. So we'll also see how Docker can be used. What is the purpose of Docker? How to make your code, check out your code from GitHub, then do a Docker build, and then make sure that the application is up and running. Okay, we'll see that in Docker. So this is about Docker. Then comes your Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a place where you're gonna orchestrate all your Docker containers. So that we'll see through the Google Cloud Engine. So I cross the connection. Okay. let it open. So what I done is that I created Kubernetes cluster for myself in the Google Cloud. So I made one machine as master. There'll be 3 other worker nodes. So in Google Cloud, I'm deploying some of the images there. Okay, through Kubernetes YAML or manifest files. I think I'm not able to open this. I'll just show you the YAML file. Okay, so this is one of the YAML file or manifest which I wrote to run as well. This just print the numbers 9873321 and then it will come out. Okay, so yeah, I have got all the complete tutorial for Kubernetes. We'll go each one, which step one by one, and then you'll understand the usage of Kubernetes, how to convert these Docker images to Kubernetes manifest files, then how do we deploy them in the cloud. Okay, so one of the cloud is Google Cloud. Yes, you can also use AWS. Whatever cloud that is there, we can use and test our manifest files for particular product. Okay, these are the 4 important things that we will see in the course. Apart from that, we will also see Azure DevOps, will cover the fundamental things, and then we'll go and see the monitoring tools, for example, Prometheus, Grafana, Metabase, simple things we will see. In between, we'll also learn some of interesting planets. Okay, complete give the. You can ask me questions if you have any doubts. I'll take up the question. Okay. Open the chat. So you can very well paste your question in the chat or type your question in the chat. I'll address the answers before going to the last topic of the demand of DevOps. Okay. Meantime, I think there are 2 more polls left. Yeah, we'll see the. Hello, able to hear me, guys? Okay, the poll is launched. Okay, this again, it doesn't have does not have anything to do with your DevOps. Okay, it's about your personal choice, and I'll tell you different. Okay. Fine, I got good votes. 16 people have voted. So nobody want to be individual contributor, is it? Okay. Fine. Okay. I'll close the poll. Okay. I'll just say what is more important here. Okay. Just closing the poll. Share the result. Okay. There is no right or wrong answers here. See. Yes. As we speak, DevOps is about working together as a team or working together in different teams and then achieve the common goal. Right. There is a team of 10 people, and they have segregated the bigger project into smaller chunks. Okay, and you may be a single person who is supposed to handle one of the module. In that case, you will act as an individual developer but still contribute to the bigger forum, the entire team, right? So at times, yes, you will have to change your working model to what as individual contributor as well as a team player. Okay, we'll go with the last one, the 5th point. Okay, the 5th one is about. Yeah. So do you think automation will eliminate humans at work? How far is it true? Okay. Great. Most of you saying yes. Okay.
Guys, the trainer lost the connection. He is joining back. So please everyone answer the poll. So in the meantime, if you people are having any question in the sense, you can ask in the chat box. So once the trainer comes, he will answer the questions. Okay, do you think automation will eliminate humans at work? So only 27 people answer. So totally 43 people. Kindly remaining people answer the question. Kindly wait, he is joining. So in front of the trainer is coming. So I am posting one of the feedback video of one of our student. Okay, I am sharing the screen.
Hi all. I'm Sivagami from US. I'm a student. I have learned Blue Prism course from AP trainings to restart my career. They trained us very well and the trainer is excellent. After the course completion, I felt like 100% worth for that money I paid. I recommend you to choose AP trainings for your better future. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, so still he is not joined. So in the meantime, I am sharing some of the students' feedback in our PPT. So like we told already, we have students all over the world. So some of the students, like this is another student from US named Parvi. So she after the course completion, she gave a feedback like she felt like 100% worth for the money she paid. Okay, so same like we have trained more students all over the world. So then another student like Surya, so he is one of the students from Chennai. He's a corporate working person. So one of the good news is after the course completion, he immediately got a new job. So he is getting more than 5 lakh package in the Chennai. Okay, so this is another student named Anis. So Anis, she also non-IT experienced student. So after the course completion, she wrote the professional certification and cleared and got more than 85% without any IT background. Okay, she told like so we are providing the mock interview and every support whatever she is needed. Okay, so same like many students gave more feedback. So due to time constraint, we are only showing some of the students' feedback here. So this is another student like named Elias. He is also non-IT student. Completed SAP course from our training center, the SAP SD module. So after the course completion, he gave the feedback. Same like we are providing training to all the technologies, whatever technologies available in the IT, we are providing the training. Okay. I hope the trainer joined. I'm giving control to him. Selva, you can continue.
Hello.
Yes, Selva, you are audible. You can continue.
I open just a minute. Hello.
Yes, Selva, you are audible. You can continue. Selva, are you able to hear? Hello. Hello. Selva?
Yeah, yeah, I'm able to hear you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
okay. Yeah, okay, fine. You
Shall
can
I continue
continue.
or?
Yeah, yeah, you can continue.
Sorry, I lost the connection. I'll share my screen again. So we were talking about the poll, right? So do you think automation will remove humans from the job? See, it is partly true. I agree that some of the automations when people do, they lose their job. It is true. But the what technology says is that as and when you grow in the organization, you're supposed to skill yourself up. Okay, reskill yourself. So that's what I told you in the start of talking about DevOps. One of the important factors is to have continuous learning. Okay, so you should always be curious to learn new things, curious to adapt new technologies, and then grow at a faster rate. Okay, so do not be afraid that, do not have the fear that learning is gonna be very hard. Once you step into the DevOps, you will have fun learning things. Okay, because most of the things will make you feel very, what is that? Comfortable in learning things. For example, when I showed you Jenkins, at initially, yes, when I show you Jenkins, it will be very difficult for you to know what is all about. But when you just go and start working on that, you will find it very easy, right? So it's about your curiosity. The more curiosity you have, it will be easy for you to adapt to the different technologies. So that's what I want to make very strong statement here. Do not be afraid of think that automation is gonna eliminate jobs. Automation, yes, will eliminate job, but at the same time, if you reskill yourself, you'll grow faster. Okay, that's what DevOps also wants you to do. Most importantly, it is not possible to automate all the 100% things that is in the environment. Will always be there's a 10 to 20% of things that is not automated, and yeah, that just depends on the product. Okay, fine. So that's about the automation thing which we spoke about regarding the polls. And just coming to the demand for DevOps engineers. Okay, today in the market there is a huge demand for DevOps engineers because they are going to be the architect to establish the pipeline at every single stage. When I say every single stage, it starts from the actual developer stage to the product that is going to get live in the client environment. Okay. And today, what happens is that not just within the company, there are companies which is doing DevOps for the client itself. For example, if you take a client in US, there could be a company which is struggling to implement their legacy product, because most of the product that is there in the foreign market or even in Indian market are legacy products. Legacy in the sense they are 20, 30 years old. Okay, they are actually struggling to implement DevOps. So as an architect, as a DevOps engineer, you will have the opportunity to make sure that their product is Dockerized or containerized, and you make sure that they adapt their DevOps and grow in a faster pace. So that's the major thing that is going on in the market now for DevOps engineers. Another thing is that the incoming of cloud technologies. We have close to 4-5 major players in the cloud. Google Cloud, Amazon is there. We also have OpenShift containers. So there are major players in the market for cloud. As and when a cloud environment grows, there is adaptability also grows. So the clients or the product in the system, they tend to adapt to different cloud technologies, and each of the cloud technologies offers different pros advantages. So yes, again we have the IoT platform, which is very much related to the cloud alone. So yes, once you enter into the DevOps, you will know the vast or wide opportunities available in the DevOps market. Okay, so yes, in terms of payment, DevOps engineers are getting paid more. I would say it again depends on the organization you're gonna work. But if you are going to work on a product-based organization, you'll be getting paid more. It is going to be a service-based organization. Yes, the payment might differ, but yes, DevOps has got a very good pay scale for employees. Okay, so as my personal experience as a DevOps engineer in the 5 years, I have learned a lot of things in my organization. So I have an experience of 10 years as a DevOps engineer. I am working as the DevOps engineer for the past 5 years. So yes, in the 5 years, I have learned a lot of tools. It could be more than 30, 40 tools I was able to learn. And although the adoption of the tools are very less, I was able to implement only 5, 10 tools. That depends on the, again, the requirement in the product. But yes, I have the learning hub, and DevOps has also pushed me to learn new things. Okay, one thing that is very is going to be very helpful is that you won't be stagnant. You'll always make sure that you're learning new things, and you'll always make sure that you are getting the right knowledge and the updated knowledge in the market. Okay, so that's about the demand and the skill that is you will be adapting. So yes, that is it from my end. That's all about the today's webinar, and again the tools that is going to be covered in the course. So you can throw questions at me. I'm open to answer now. I have a very low bandwidth of internet now, so make sure that you are getting the questions quickly.
Participants, kindly ask your questions. You can raise your hand. We will unmute you and you can ask. Or you can ask your queries in the chat box. The trainer will answer you back.
The more questions you ask is going to help you. So again, do not be afraid of asking questions. It can be a simple question. Unless and until you ask, you won't know the answer, right? So make sure that you get every single thing that is addressed. Only then get a clarity whether to take the DevOps course or the importance of DevOps. Okay, so make sure that you answer. Ask me the question, I'll answer you.
And one of the important thing is in the internet, this kind of experienced person's feedback will not be available. So if you have any particular question regarding how is the market inside the corporate, those kind of questions you can ask now. It will be more helpful for you people while getting a new job. So kindly ask your questions. Okay. So I hope each and everyone understood very well. So thank you. Okay,
Okay,
one
I
more.
got a question,
Yeah.
Ajay, Ayappan. So
Yeah.
Saravana has asked me a question. What is the difference between continuous delivery versus continuous deployment? Okay, so delivery is something that you do it within your organization. Deployment is something that you guide the same principle or the same thing to your client system. This is the plain terms. I'll explain you with an example. For example, if there is a product, okay, you do a build for that product, you test the product, and then the final stage is to make sure that the product is up and running, right? The environment that is there within your organization, that is called as continuous delivery. You do the delivery of the changes continuously in your own environment. Okay, when you take the changes to the customer side or to the client side, that is called as continuous deployment. So CD has got two things here: continuous delivery and continuous deployment. So that's the answer for that. Yes, guys, I told you curiosity is going to play a vital role. If you're not curious to question, then it is very difficult. Okay, so always be curious to ask questions, to learn new things. So it is your right time. It is this 5-10 minutes is going to be very helpful for you if you ask the right questions. Okay. Upon I think okay. How can I shift to DevOps domain? Okay, Jeffin has asked another question. How can we shift to DevOps domain? Okay. See, DevOps is all about principles and practices, right? So For example, if you wanted to shift to DevOps domain from the existing technology, for example, currently you are a .NET developer, you wanted to adapt to a DevOps technologies. Okay, as I told you, DevOps is just a process. Okay, once you understand the process, you can implement the same thing in your .NET infrastructure itself. For example, the thing what you are actually a developer currently, I'm also a developer. Fine, I'm writing some code in some languages. Fine. But internally, we implement all the tools to make sure that we are establishing a CI/CD pipeline. Okay. So if you want to shift to DevOps domain, the first thing is to understand the DevOps pipeline, CI/CD pipeline. Then you should be able to gain knowledge in the widely used tools. The tools which I showed you are the widely used tools in terms of each of the stages. There are multiple tools or major tools in the market, and then there is cloud. Okay. If you're able to understand all these things, yes, you will very well be able to move to the DevOps domain. Okay, certificate link, yes, you should talk to IRPA, the AP Training Institute. They will help you with the certificates. Any other questions?
So guys, any other questions related to DevOps, you can ask now to Selva. So other queries, I will clear you people.
Yeah, guys, I'll be there only till 10. I mean 5-10 minutes. I'll drop off. Once I drop off, IRPA will take you through the course and the fee structure. Then during that period, he'll explain you about the certificates and the benefits that the AP Institute provides. So my task is over till the webinar. So just make sure your questions are right. What are required basic skills for beginners? Okay. As a beginner, you don't have to have any skills. You don't worry about what are the skills that you require. Okay. But the basic skill I would suggest you to learn Linux. Okay. In terms of Linux, you should actually understand the basic commands. For example, how to navigate to different directory, how to list the files. Okay. The thing why I'm saying you to understand basics of Linux is that it will be easy for you to work in the environment, because most of the deployment or most of the tools are based on the Linux platform. Okay, so that's the reason why I want you to people to understand Linux. That is enough. If you understand Linux, yes, it will be easy for you to adapt to the environment. Apart from that, every single tool is new. There's nothing like somebody knows everything already. Every single thing that you're going to learn is new. It's all about learning the tool at that moment of time. Fine. That was a question from Ruday. So anybody else? Is it necessary to learn coding or what in DevOps? Okay. In DevOps, we may have some coding. For example, if you wanted to do a Java application build, we should understand how the build is structured. For example, when I build a Java program, I should know what is Maven tool. I should know the commands. So in terms of coding, there won't be much coding here. You'll be mostly working on the commands. So that's the reason why I said Linux is more important for you. Once you understand Linux, you'll also understand the command structure, right? So coding will be there, maybe 5-10%. But apart from that, everything is going to be your structuring the code. For example, if you write the declarative pipeline, I'll just say an example in declarative pipeline syntax for Jenkins. Okay, so it has got a code, but that is not your programming language. That is a declarative language, which means that I just say stage, task, do this, do that. Okay, it's just like your pseudocode, something like that. So you don't have to worry about learning the new languages. It's all about setting the declarative syntaxes and then instructions alone. Okay, even for Docker, you'll only have instruction like from, copy, okay, env, something like that you will have. So all these things are not programs; they're just instructions and declarative syntaxes. Okay, so it is not necessary to learn any coding, but it is good to have a basic shell knowledge. Okay, shell and Linux knowledge. Fine. Fine, Adarsh. Then Mohammed has asked another question. Where learn free coding course? Which website? Tell me, sir. Okay, you wanted to learn DevOps free. Okay. See, you have a lot of videos in YouTube, in which you can learn a lot of tools. But the idea behind attending a specific course is that each of the tools you should know where to implement. Okay, you can learn any tools at any time. There is no limit for that. But the understanding of where to implement what is important.
Like for example, if you learn GitHub and GitLab or Bitbucket, you should know the importance and where to implement that. Just because you learned a tool, say Jenkins or GitHub, doesn't make you a DevOps guy. Okay, so you can learn course, you can learn any tools in the YouTube channel. There are a lot of players there, but the most important thing is that all people will tell you how to use that tool. Okay, nobody is going to tell you where to fit that tool in your environment. Okay, so that is more important. As I said, the process is more important than the tool. Okay, once you understand the process, tool understanding will come automatically. Okay, so anybody else? Okay, fine, I'll drop off. You can carry on from here. Okay.
Okay, Chandra, thank you very much for the wonderful training. So it is very clear and very clear for the people to understand who are freshers actually. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Evan. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you all. So it was very good for me to see all the college students taking part in this webinar. So during my days, it wasn't much active. Now you have the platform, you have the opportunity to do this. So it's very good to see you, people. Good luck for everyone, every single one of you. Okay, goodbye.
Okay. So guys, so tube channel, those things we are also having a YouTube channel. So whatever things we are giving here, you people can get it for free in our YouTube channel. Okay, that is the thing. So other than that, if you are having any other question in the sense, you can call us, messages. Okay, now we are going to the next step. That is APT Students Guide. Okay, I am sharing my screen. Yes. So I hope you people are able to see my screen. So now I am going to explain about APT Students Guide. So what is the meaning of APT Students Guide is how we people are giving training in our training center. What is the training methodology we are following in our training center. So this is what I am going to explain now. Okay. So one by one I am explaining now. Okay. So all your queries will be cleared if you attend till the end. At the end, we will share the feedback form. As per we told, it will finish by 7:30. Okay, so kindly wait. Okay, just 10 to 15 minutes only. So in our training center, we are following APT 5 courses. So we are following 5 methodologies to teach our students. The first one is simple learning methodology, and the next one is students recall, which is followed by creative explanation, fingertip material, and the final one is addition bonuses. So first, I'm going to explain the simple learning methodology. Once you joined your training, so every day you will have 6 sessions. Okay, 6 sessions in the sense 75 minutes. We have divided into 6 sessions. The first session will be about 10 minutes. Here, the you people can ask whatever queries you are having in your mind from the previous day class. So once that session completed, the session 2 will be start. So here it is a 20-minute session. Here you people can learn from the trainer. The trainer will take the today's set of topics, which is followed by the session 3. It is very important thing. You people have to practice in front of the trainer for 15 minutes, and then session 4 for 15 minutes. Here the trainer will again take the next set of topics, and next again student practice. So this is for session 5, and the final thing is students recall. Okay, so here you people can recall whatever you have learned in this first 5 sessions. Okay, so this is all about simple learning methodology. Then our learning pyramid. So all our training are designed with the help of this learning pyramid. Okay, so when you are seeing some lecture, your brain will only capture 5%, but when you are practicing something, it will capture 75%. When you teach some other people, it will capture more than 90%. So same like with the help of this learning pyramid, we have implemented all our technology. Why we are telling this is you people can easily understand whatever things the trainers are training in our training center, and you can remember those things for a long time. Okay, and the next thing is creative explanation. So everyone is having a thing like everything is available in the YouTube. Why can't I will see there? So we are also accepting that. But when you are sitting and learning whatever available in the YouTube, it will take you years to learn those things. and our human will not have that much concentration to learn each and everything in a perfect manner. Okay, so there is some disadvantages in the e-learning. Okay, so when you are learning with the help of e-coaching like YouTube videos or some of the uh, videos in your college as well as in your company, so that people will explain those things, but you can't ask your queries to those people. That is the disadvantages available in that. Then collaborative learning, some of your friends may know some of the topics, but they may not know the whole things available in that technology, or they may not have enough time to teach you. So each and everything is having different disadvantages. So in our virtual classroom, we are overcoming all these things. So the trainer will take the class in a perfect manner, and he will only give the required topics that is required to get a new job in the corporate. And he will clear whatever queries you are having in your mind. And the training will be like in a friendly manner. Whatever queries you are having, you can immediately ask to the trainer like a friend. Okay. So these are the advantages you will have in this virtual classroom. Okay. Then each and every day class, the trainer will explain in a pictorial manner. Same like this, day one, this topic, day two, this topic. So this will help for you to revise once you finish the course. Okay. For example, if you are finishing the course now, after 2 years also, you can easily revise those topics and you can easily remember. Okay. Then in this Mindman methodology also, you people can learn the course, the trainer will give the teaching in this methodology also. Okay. Then class notes with pictures, diagrammatic flow explanation, as well as whole training in a single notebook. Then all training materials will be provided in the video recordings. That is very important thing. So you people will get all the videos in the Google Cloud. So we will share to you people. You can. What is the advantage of this is you can download and you can use it at any time of your life. Okay, that is very important thing. Then all the softwares will be freely provided for you people. Then additional bonuses. If you joined our full course training, you will get free interview session, resume preparation help, lifelong community support, professional certification guidance. You know, the people who joined the course 1 year back also continuously attending our multiple sessions back. Okay. So if the trainer is okay with, for example, if Salva is taking the class, if you completed in one batch, in the next batch also Salva is starting. If he is okay, you can join his session again and you can take the training. Okay, so that is the one of the opportunity we are giving to our students. Then job links and LinkedIn recommendation. So same like we are providing many offers to the people who are joining our course. Okay, so if you are having any questions in this one, you can ask in the chat box, or else we can move to the final thing, that is the offer question. Okay, I hope you people are not having any queries. Can we move to the final session? I mean the offer session. Can you please reply yes in the chat box if you want to know about the offer exclusively for the people who join today? Okay, can you please reply yes in the chat box? Can you please reply? I see around 40 people here. Can you please reply yes? Yeah, I'm getting reply from many people. Yeah, Shweta. Oh, fantastic. So please reply. It will be more interesting if you are interactive. When you are typing something, your brain will become more active. Okay, Kevin, Sweta replied. How about others? Abhishek, Adarsh, many people have joined. Please be interactive. This is what we are asking from you people. Yamlata, Jeffin, Kevin, Lango, Mohammed, Ranjit, Suhas Kumar. Roshni replied yes. Okay. So now I am sharing my screen. Yes. Okay. So this is our AP training offer for the people who attended this masterclass till now. Okay. So one by one we are going to see. There are two types of course we are providing. One is the full course and the another one is the flash course. The full course, it will come average for about 35 to 40 hours, and the flash course will come around 10 hours. Okay. So full course, it will be like 30 classes. In around 45 days, you can learn one full course. Flash course will be in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Each day 5 hours. I mean Saturday 5 hours, Sunday 5 hours. In 2 day workshop, it will be completed. Okay. So this is mostly people who wants to know about the overview of this technology can take this flash course, and people who wants to get a job and want to know fully about this course means you can take the full course. Okay. So next we are going to see about the market price. People, so DevOps is the most famous technology in the market now. Current trend technology in the market now. Very few number of people only know this technology. So can you please tell about the market price of this DevOps technology? Can you please reply in the chat? So what will be your view? How much the DevOps will be cost in the market now? Please tell your views. Then only we are come to know about what is I think you people are expecting from us. Jeffin 25,000. How about others? Please tell. So what is your view? So what? How much you people are expecting? Saravana 20,000. Kevin 20,000. How about others? 20 to 30,000. Mohammed. Wow. Fantastic. It is very good to see many people are replying. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So thank you very much for those who replied. So if you go and see about the market price of DevOps all over India, if you can surely tell the full course will be in 25,000 to 30,000. The flash course will be in 8,000 to 10,000. Most of the training center only providing the full course. uh, Almost more than 50% of the training center are asking more than 30,000. We are just putting an average cost of 25,000 to 30,000. They are asking more than 30,000 for basic DevOps itself. Okay, flash course they are not providing itself. Okay, so since the request from most of the people like we want to learn about this technology, but we are not having enough money. Due to that only we are providing this flash course. Okay, for the improvement of the students only we are providing this flash course for the people, especially for the students. Okay, so but I hope you people will find this cost as a little bit high. So we are providing the another offer, so that is our AP trainings offer. So you will not get the full price in 25 to 30K or flash in 8 to 10K. In our AP trainings, our usual cost to learn this DevOps technology will be 20,000 and the flash course will be in 6,000. Guys, do you like this offer? Can you please reply yes in the chat box? If you like, please reply. We want a single reply from you people. More than 42 people are available now. Kindly reply. Yeah, I'm getting reply. Thanks for the reply. Who are sending the reply to us. So what is your expectation? Do you like this offer? Means kindly reply yes, or else if you want more offer means reply offer. OFFER offer. So whatever thing you people want, you can reply. If you like this offer, reply yes, or else if you want more offer means you can reply offer. We gave two choices to you people. Kindly reply. Yeah, I'm getting reply. I want reply from everyone. Please reply. Ratuja, Shakib, Sai, Saravana, Shubham, Sonia, Suhas, Vindhya, Vishnu, Ramya, Shri, Mohammed, Bhavana, Aparna. Kindly reply, guys. Okay. Yeah. So we are getting reply. Some students are asking for more offers. We are providing the another offer for you people. So the full course will not be in 20,000 or the flash course not be in 6,000. You people will get an offer like your crazy offer. This crazy offer, it is like 50% off from the market price. I mean almost around 50% off from the market price. The full course will be in 18K, 18,000, and the flash course will be in just 1,500 rupees. Just note it, just 1,500 rupees. So it is around 80% offer from the market price. Guys, do you like this offer? Please at least now reply yes. in the chat box if you like this offer. We are giving a best price for the people to learn this technology. Kindly reply yes if you like this offer. We just want a reply from you guys. Yeah, Kevin replied yes, thank you. How about others? Kindly reply yes, or else if you want another offer, you can reply like offer. We are just giving the flash course in just 1,500 rupees, guys. The technology in for 10 hours, 10 hours practical session, not a theoretical session. Mohammed replied offer. Thank you. So please reply. So whatever your thought, you people can reply. Then only we are come to know about that thought. So please reply. 42 people are available in this session. Kindly reply. So full course in just 18,000 and flash course in 1,500. Okay, we got more offer session. So next I'm going to give a final offer. That offer is only for, and this offer is only for 1 week only. Final offer will go only for 15 minutes, and that offer is about more than 60% offer, just 14,000 to learn the full course, and the flash course is about just 999 rupees. This offer is only for the 15 minutes. Okay, the next 15 minutes only you people will get this offer. So guys, if you like this offer, you people can reply like BUI buy in the chat box. Okay, so then like if you want to, if you joining this full course, you people will get some additional bonuses like free interview session, resume preparation help, professional certification guidance, lifelong community support, then clear queries at any time with the trainer, training at your preferred time, recorded videos, job links. So like if you are a fresher, if you are joining on IT industry, you will get 2.5 lakhs to 3.5 lakh. But when you know on technology like DevOps, surely you will get 5 lakhs. You're just going to spend in hundreds. Just we are giving a flash course in 999 rupees, which is less than 1,000 rupees. Just imagine it, guys. None of the training center will give this offer like this. Okay, and the full course is just 14,000. Okay, please think it. So today is Saturday. Many people are watching TV, movies, but you people have spent your valuable time here. Why you have to come here and you have to watch these things? So something is coming to your way like you want. Why can't you make use of it? Okay, that is a question we are putting in front of you. Please make use of it. So, and another thing is, if you are a person who is working in the corporate and earning around 6 lakhs, if you want to jump, means nowadays in the current situation of pandemic, so you will only get 30% hike. That is around 7.8 lakh. But when you know a technology like DevOps, surely you will get a minimum hike of 9.6 lakh. It is about 60% hike. And if you are well good in this technology, then surely you will get 100% hike, 12 lakhs. This is what happening in the market. Okay. So one small step can change your life. Once again, I am telling your full course is in just 14,000 and flash course in 999 rupees, and this offer is only for 15 minutes. Please make use of it. Some of the people are asking how I have to pay. I am going to show the payment link. Please wait. In the chat box, I am sharing, as well as in the screen also I am sharing. Yeah, so I'm sharing the things. If people can make the payment to the same numbers, to our official number 9488775698 in the Phone Pay, Paytm or Google Pay, or else you can use the UPI link 9488775699 at Paytm. Any one of the payment link you can make use to send this. Please make use of it. Okay. So we are also sending the payment link in our chat also. If people can see that. So in the chat, I am sending that. So please make use of it. We are available in all the social media. So these things I am also sending in our WhatsApp number. So our payment link. You people can also see there. So I am now sharing that feedback link. So feedback link will not be shared in the WhatsApp, only in the Zoom only. We will share. I already sent 2 times. Click and fill it. Okay. So this is the best opportunity, guys. Only 15 minutes. The offer will end by 7:45. We will wait till 7:45. You people can make use of it. If you come after 7:45, you have to pay 18,000, like we shown 18,000 to learn this course or the full course, and the flash course 1,500 rupees. Okay, just ₹999 for the full course, and the flash course for the full course it is just 14,000. Why can't you make use of this offer? Kindly think and make use of this offer. That is very important. Okay, so same like we are providing hundreds of technology, so we are also sending the all our technology details in our WhatsApp number. I mean in our group. So we are providing more than 100 of technology in all the fields. Okay, so the offer will end